What I like.
You guys remember this guy earlier from Bismarck, North Dakota, Mr. Chuck Suchy.
Man down.
And his set was great. Oh my God. And then we get to add this guy. You all know this guy, right? You know him?
From Wakanda, South Dakota.
Oh, you're from Wakanda? I always thought you were the guy that lived in the closet at the Newton Hill State Park Lodge. He sleeps standing up. Everybody, Chuck Suchy and Dr. Tom Schaefer.
Lay your forehead on my shoulder. Place your right hand soft in mine. Wrap your left arm close around me. Let your feet fall into mine. With a backbeat, they got played. Is that George Jones or Patsy Cline? Slip your shoes off, let's get crazy. Drop the dish towel. This dance is mine. Dancing in the kitchen, turning round in time. They say home is where the heart is, and you're holding this heart of mine. Got the chores done, it's still winter. There ain't much moving around the farm. Just two dancers in the kitchen, heart to heart and arm in arm, dancing in the kitchen, turning round in time. They say home is where the heart is, and you're holding this heart of mine. Dr. Tom Schaefer. Kids might wonder, let's keep 'em guessing. What goes on here when they're gone? Like the man said, thank God it's Friday. We could probably head to town. Tonight's a full moon. This old coyote has got good reason for hanging around. you're holding this heart of mine. The big ending. They say home is where the heart is, and you're holding this heart of mine. Ah, you're holding this heart of mine. Hey. Oh man, my cheeks are hurting from smiling already, playing with my good friend Tom again. I can't believe it. I'm going to cry. And we want to always think of our dear friend Peter Ostrushko, who would just love to be here playing. But as I mentioned this morning, Peter suffered a stroke about 1.5 years ago. And but he's here with us in spirit. And the three of us have had some great times over the years. And if you want to help Peter, you can go to GoFundMe and look up his name. And believe me, he needs the help financially as well as spiritually. So thank you for that. That's all. In My Good Death by Dahlia Shavine. In my good death, I will find myself waist high in tall summer grass. The humming shock of the golden light, I will hear them before I see them. But I will know right away who is bounding across the meadow to meet me. All my good dogs will come to me then. Their wet noses brushing my palms, their hot, dry panting, their rough, furry tongues brushing my cheeks, the unbelievable softness of their bellies. I will bend to meet them, my arms full of them, as in the tall summer grass I will let them knock me down. This is for the good dog Molly. You can plug in whoever you want. Painted gently in the earth, a joyful living scene, brushed with ever-changing blue, ever-flowing green, peaceful, bright, pure as light, windy summer air, flowing gold, a glowing sight. I see her running there. Morning dove, hawk above, burst the joyful year. Heaven's here, feel no fear, down in Molly's field. Molly's field, Molly's field, Molly's field, Molly's field. When I'm weary of the world, the quest for wealth and power, with her share, liquid air, fragrant field and flower, butterfly, flutter by, wings upon our heels, running round where God is found, down in Molly's field, Molly's field, Molly's field, Molly's field, Molly's field. joyful living scene, brushed with ever-changing blue, ever-flowing green, down in Molly's field, out in Molly's field, out in out in Molly's field. We got a caller. Oh, Molly. Oh, Molly. Oh, Molly. Down in Molly's field. Oh, I think she heard us. I know she did. Could I have a little bit more guitar in the monitor, please? And then, this is a tune, it's got a subtitle, and it's called, my friends tell me this is my midlife crisis song, but it's really not. And it's subtitled Requiem for the Mandan Outdoor Swimming Pool, which is now a playground. It's all filled in, but like so many small town swimming pools, it was the center of cultural activity in the summer. And sometimes even after hours. 2, 3, 4. Yeah. In a small town at the big summer evening, trying to keep cool, they had snuck in, and the heat flew when they lay down in the water. Stars are winking in the nightshade, jealous angels shaking their heads, laughing lovers, all the fear fled when they lay down in the water. Whenever love is true, there ain't nothing you can do. It ain't always up to you. Lay down in the water. Okay, listen up, Tom. Life will pitch you to the shoulder, up the middle, low and over. You don't have to hit the homer. Lay down in the water, growing older, watching lifelines growing shorter. Still the light shines, longer shadows of our lifetimes. Lay down in the water. Whenever love is true, there ain't nothing you can do. It ain't always up to you. Lay down in the water. Laughing lovers, jealous angels, smiling old friends. While we still can, let's all jump in to the deep end and lay down in the water. Whenever love is true, there's nothing you can do. It ain't always up to you. Come on, lay down in the water. Lay down in the water. Lay down in the water. All right. It ain't always up to you, and you don't have to hit the homer. How I wish I had been told that when I was 16.
Swing hard.
Not that I'm aware of. We got some distortion on the guitar. So, farming really been changing a lot, and one of the indications for me is that my old parts man friend Ray has retired from Northern Plains Equipment, and but then I found out the other day that he's still working about 3 days a week, and then I realized why. Because when Ray retired, Northern Plains Equipment hired 3 young parts women, and Ray is no dummy. But this, so this is maybe a little bit dated, but we'll play it anyway. It's called The Parts Man. You're coming through my doorway, you're coming through my store. I see things ain't going your way, you got trouble by the score. Demons been mixing a cup of breakdown tea. You need some fixing, that's why you come to me. I'm a parts man, let your poor heart bleed. Yeah, I'm a parts man, let what you want to be what you need. I got parts to fix your troubles, got parts to fix your trials. We even got a shoulder you can cry on for a while. Don't need the reason you're coming to my place, I can tell by the season. Look upon your face, I'm a parts man, let your poor heart bleed. Yeah, I'm a parts man, let what you want to be what you need. I'm calm in air conditioned, you think that you're alone. I feel a need for fishing, I got breakdowns of my own. Piled up like laundry, got promises to keep. I close my eyes, categorize, cross-reference in my sleep. I'm a parts man, let your poor heart bleed. Yeah, I'm a parts man, let what you want to be what you need. I listen to your story, I understand your pain. I check my inventory, can't stop the rain. In addition to your peaceful mission that you can vision down in Florida, southern Yucatan. I'm a parts man, let your poor heart bleed. Yeah, I'm a parts man, let what you want be what you need. Yeah, I'm a parts man, let what you want be what you need. Let what you want be what you need. I think I had a little too much low end on my preamp here. Well, when I get home tomorrow, I probably won't jump on the swather tomorrow night, but I will Monday morning. We got a really late start making hay, thanks to some really lovely, gentle and appropriate spring rains. I know you got beat up pretty bad here, and I'm sorry about that. And I know what it's like to have too much or too little of that precious stuff. This was written several years ago, and it's still pertinent to me because I still run a kind of an old swather. It does have a cab on it, but it is old and it goes slow, and so I have ample time to see butterflies and broods of pheasant or young meadowlarks that can't quite make it out of the way. And so my neighbors often wonder what the hell is going on with Suchy, because there's all these patches of uncut hay out in our fields. And I just think that's part of real farming. To the morning light tender, shadows shallowly fall. Night will surrender, like the hay standing tall, to reel and the sickle, as they gather the take into legion of windrows, churning stern wheeler way. June fields, hang your heart on the moon. June fields of home, with an eye on the weather, on the wheel. We're workers together, both muscle and steel. Push and hurry, try to hasten the game, though it's worthy of worry. Still is welcome the rain. June fields, hang your heart on the moonfield. June fields of home, quick the cold thunder call, with relief for us all, as we wait out the squall. While the moon glazes snow, asleep by the ember, deep in dream paths I go, lark and the plover, voice concern for their young, in sweet grass and clover, sweet forgiveness is song. June fields, hang your heart on the moonfield. June fields of home. June fields, hang your heart on the moonfield. This is my young son, Tom Schaefer here. many years ago, when we first met, when Tom and Kathy had moved to Bismarck, and so there was this event in North Dakota called the Norsk Hustfest up in Minot. And it's a big deal. They hire locals as well as national acts, and so I was hired to play. And our family had a sort of a Von Suchy thing going at that time with the kids, and so we just met, and he happened to be going up there, so I said, "You want to play with us?" Yeah, so he played with us, and afterwards, this guy comes up to me and he says, "I just love your family singing together like that, and that oldest boy of yours on that fiddle." And you still look like you could be my son. What's going on?
I don't think so. Look a little closer.
Oh, well, this is one we've only played this together once, and so we'll just give it a go. But I had the good fortune of being asked to do a residency at a rural consolidated school south of Reykjavik, Iceland, a few years ago. And so I got in the 5th and 6th grade class. I was going to be there for a week, and I had the classes were all broken up into groups, and we were working on songwriting, and I was trying to explain to them what living in North Dakota is like and what it's like to be a 60-year-old guy, and they were wondering what the heck is the 60-year-old guy doing in our class anyway. But the 5th and 6th graders were really exuberant. They have that filtered exuberance yet, and they are free to express themselves. And I got in the class, and immediately a hand went up in the back, and I said, "Yes." And the voice said, "Do you know George Strait?" And I said, "No." Another hand went up. I said, "Yeah." "Are you famous?" I said, "Not really." And then another hand went up down in front, and I reluctantly said, "Yes." And she said, "Why are you here?" Which is a question I've learned I must ask myself every day. The ultimate question. And so this is their part. We wrote a country song in their class, and or a cowgirl song, and there's a part for you. You'll get it. I got a horse of fire, barely broke, he got hair like white. It ain't no joke, I'm an Iceland cowboy. An Iceland cowboy. I'm an Iceland cowboy in a cold, cold land. Well, across the river, the mountain high, in a cold, cold rain falling from the sky. I'm an Iceland cowboy. I'm an Iceland cowboy. I'm an Iceland cowboy in a cold, cold land. Here's their favorite part. Oh, the lady. How about it? Well, 5th graders, what do you got for lyrics there? Well, I'm eating popcorn along the way. Horsewood too, but he's eating hay. I'm an Iceland cowgirl. I'm an Iceland cowgirl. I'm an Iceland cowgirl in a cold, cold land. Well, the ground is hard, back is sore. I hear my heart and my horses snore. I'm an Iceland cowboy. I'm an Iceland cowboy. I'm an Iceland cowboy in a cold, cold land. Big Andy. I'm an Iceland cowboy. I'm an Iceland cowboy. I'm an Iceland cowboy in a cold, cold land. Last chance. Oh, the lady. gotta watch our time here. Thank you so much. Thanks for the great sound. It's been working hard all day and all night here, and it's making it easy for us. Thanks for the Friends of Old Time Music for making the call. And I was so excited when Gaynor called and I said, "You want to come down?" He said, "I'll put you in touch with Greg." And so we worked it out. And then I found out the best news of all, and my good friend Tom Schaefer was going to be playing with me. And man, it's been way too long. Too long, yeah. And thank you all for supporting real live music. I think we'll just do that. I was approached by North Dakota Public Television a few years ago. They were doing a documentary on the building of Interstate 94 through North Dakota, and they said, "Could you do some music for it?" And I said, "Well, I'll give it a try. You call yourself a songwriter, and the gauntlet is down. You take up the challenge." So I said, "What's going to be on the program?" And they said, "Oh, various things, historical stuff." He said, "For one thing, we've got all these photos of early road signage and how the early signs were close together and kind of small, and then as the highway got faster over the years, the signs got bigger and further apart." And then so I thought, well, okay. And I was sitting in my practice house thinking about that, thinking about highway signs. And pretty soon I was regressed into a little kid again, and I was sitting in the back of my folks' gray 1948 Oldsmobile with that huge back seat and watching these signs go by. And there'd be a sign with a couple words and then another and then another. But these groups of signs always ended up with the same two words: Burma shave. I'm going to have to explain this. My audience is Burma shave, a shaving cream, and they use these little riddles and slogans to advertise, and it became part of American highway travel in an iconic way. 2, 3, 4. US 10, 59 in the straight 8 olds, reading road signs through the backseat window. Big-eyed kid, memorizing signs so red, brought with the wisdom that brought him grins, and taught him how to shave his chin. Burn a shave, burn a shave. 15 miles for every smile you gave. Car, a curve, he kissed the missed the curve. The road was slippery, the curve was sharp. White robe, halo, wings and heart. If harmony is what you crave, you get a tuba, burn a shave, burn a shave. Yeah, burn a shave. 15 miles for every smile you gave. Dedicate to men who had no date of late. A peach looks good, lots of buzz. A man's no peach, never was. I proposed to Ida, Ida refused. Ida won my Ida, if Ida used. Burn a shade, burn a shade. 15 miles for every smile you gave. Best for one who hits a bottle, leave another to the throttle. Midnight ride, call for beer, led to warmer hemisphere. Drink and drive, I ain't nothing worse than to put a quart before the first. Burn a shade, from the shade. 15 miles for every smile you gave. These signs we dedicate to men who've had no date of late. A peach looks good with lots of fuzz. Man's no peach, never was. I proposed to Ida, Ida refused. Ida won my Ida if Ida used Burma shade, Burma shade. 15 miles, every smile you gave. Let's do a short version of this. Like a river flows to sea, life will take you away from me, but I'll be with you, be with you. Like the rain returned again, or the touch of an old friend, I'll be with you, be with you. I'll be with you. Right from the start. Ooh, I'll be with you. In your heart. Like the poem between the lines, knowing behind the rhymes, I'll be with you, be with you. In the stars that fleece the night, or homeward geese in flight, I'll be with you. Right from the start. Ooh, I'll be with you. In your heart. I know it's hard to love, to let go, believe me, I feel the same way too. Whatever road you find, steal your heart, still your mind, knowing I'm there with you. from the start. I'll be in your heart. Ooh, you'll be with me too. Here in my heart, in my heart, in my heart. You're in my heart. Thank you. Thanks, Tom. Thank you.
Oh, wow. How about that? Chuck Suchy and Dr. Tom Schaefer. I think those guys are friends. Man, you catch that? They're looking at each other. Like they fell in love again. Wow.
US 10, 59 in a straight 8 olds reading road signs through the backseat window. Big-eyed kid memorizing signs so red, wrought with the wisdom that brought him grits and taught him how to shave his chin. From the shade